Hey there, welcome back to ACT on Mental Health, where our mission is to help you learn acceptance and commitment therapy, or as it's known, ACT, and improve lives mindfully through the practice of ACT. Now, my name is Sean, and I'm a licensed mental health counselor here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Today, I'm joined by my wife, Ashley, who will be helping us with some of the exercises. Now, before we get much further in the video, we have been using this resource called Doing What Matters in Times of Stress, and this was developed by Russ Harris and is available on the WHO website. It's also in the description below. In this final session of our series, ACT on Stress, we will be reviewing all the tools we've learned so far and focusing on our final tool, which is making room for all the difficult thoughts and feelings that we have. Now let's start by revisiting the tools we've explored so far.
In our previous session, we covered several powerful tools. Grounding, bringing ourselves back to the present moment to stabilize emotions. Unhooking, detaching from distressing thoughts to prevent them from leading our actions. Acting on values, ensuring our actions align with what truly matters to us. Practicing kindness, extending compassion towards ourselves and others, essential in managing stress.
Each tool plays a crucial role in helping us manage stress effectively, allowing us to live more fully in alignment with our values. Having reviewed these essential tools, let's delve deeper into our final and pivotal tool, making room. Now, this technique focuses on allowing space for emotions without being overwhelmed, much like how the sky makes room for all the various weather phenomena. Understanding this can transform how we handle our emotional storms. Just as the sky makes room for any type of weather, we can learn to accommodate our emotional states, allowing them to be present without letting them dictate our actions. Making room is not about getting rid of our pain or difficult emotions. Instead, it's about challenging our relationship with these experiences. By making room, we accept and acknowledge our feelings without struggle, which paradoxically decreases their impact on us.
Imagine the sky, a vast expanse above us that experiences countless weather events. Storms, sunshine, wind, rain, and snow. Each weather condition is powerful and affects the environment, but importantly, each is also transient. The sky remains unharmed and ready for whatever comes next. This is how we can approach our emotions. Like weather, storms represent our moments of intense turmoil or anger. Rain can symbolize periods of sadness or cleansing. Sunshine reflects our joyful and peaceful moments. Wind could represent the restless, shifting thoughts that often sweep through our minds.
Each emotional weather brings with it its own impact, but none are permanent. By visualizing ourselves as the sky, we understand that no matter how intense or challenging our emotions may be, they will pass and we will remain steady and capable of making room for new experiences without lasting damage. Now that we better understand the concept of making room, let's put this into practice. Let's practice some techniques that embody the concept of making room. So Ashley's going to help me with this first exercise called pushing paper. So Ashley, you are going to face me, and you have made an emotion there on your paper. So why don't you show me what that emotion is? All right, so let's show the audience there. So this is an emotion that is difficult for you?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and demonstrate that by this exercise called pushing paper. All right, so I'm going to have you hold it up, and I'm going to face this towards you. And I just want you to put one hand right in the center and just hold it there. Now, what's this experience like, just holding your difficult emotion in front of you?
It's a weird sensation.
A weird sensation. Can you see the things around it?
Yes.
But it's kind of right there, isn't it?
Yes.
All right.
Slightly covered up, so I'm not seeing all of it.
Yeah.
But there is a pressure to having it here.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and just push towards me. Try to really put some effort into it. Now, what's that sensation like?
Straining.
Straining? All right. Now I'm going to add some resistance. Now, what's that like?
Overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
I'm overwhelmed with overwhelm.
All right. Now I'm going to have you just put this in your lap. Just put it right down there. Now, what's this experience like?
Not overwhelming.
Not overwhelming. Yeah, it's a little more open,
Peaceful.
relaxing, but your difficult feeling is still there.
Yes, it's in my lap.
Yeah. So this is how making room can work with this exercise of pushing paper. For this next exercise, this is something that you can do at home, and I will walk you through it here in a moment. But first, Ashley's going to help demonstrate what this exercise looks like. Now, this is called Physicalizing Pain. And so you have a piece of paper there that you have written the word pain. All right. So we were talking earlier about your difficult emotion of being overwhelmed. And when you're overwhelmed, you probably feel that in your body, right?
Yes.
So we can go ahead and put the paper down. Where in your body do you feel that overwhelmed pain?
In my chest.
In your chest? Okay. And if this were an object, because it's hard to know what your pain is like and what overwhelmed is like, what object would best represent this overwhelmed feeling?
I would say a fire hose on full blast.
Okay.
It's burning at my chest.
Okay. All right. I'm getting the visual, and that seems pretty intense.
Yes.
All right. So if this object had a intensity, I guess, what would the intensity be like?
Like on a number scale?
Yeah, like 0 to 10, 10 being the most intense.
6.
6. So it's a pretty steady stream that you can feel, and it's pretty uncomfortable. All right. Now, a fire hose is a pretty big object. That could probably fill this entire room. So what I want you to do is I want you to shrink that fire hose, and so it can fit in the palm of your hand.
Okay.
Can you do that? Can you kind of see it there visually? And then next, I want you, for this exercise, to put it inside of your chest where you feel that pain. All right? And almost like it's inside of your lungs. This is kind of making room. So you have this object of a fire hose inside of your lungs. And what I want you to do next is I want you to inhale and try to fill up your lungs as much as you can and hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and breathe out. Go ahead and take another breath. And I want you to kind of picture your lungs being filled up around that object. 3 seconds, hold, and breathe out. I want you to do that one more time. Hold for 3 seconds. And breathe out. Excellent. What's that experience like?
Calming.
Calming. All right, so we're going to take that object and kind of put it back in our hand, and that'll end this exercise. So for you at home, this is how you can do this exercise. I want you to follow these steps. So first, I want you to identify and visualize your pain. So close your eyes and identify a challenging emotion. And I want you to then visualize this emotion as a physical object. Once you have that, step 2 is to shrink and place this object. So you can place it first in your hand, so you make sure it fits, and then you can put it wherever the pain is. So if it's in your chest, you can place it on your chest. If it's in your back, place it on your back. Then the third step is to breathe and make room. So you're going to inhale deeply and imagine the air flowing around the object, if it's in your chest or if it's in your back, wherever it is, so that it's creating space. You're going to hold your breath for 3 seconds and then exhale slowly, letting the feeling of the burden ease. The fourth step is to repeat the breathing. So I suggest doing this about 3 to 5 times so that you really get the experience. And then the final step is to reflect. So you're going to open your eyes, and I want you to reflect on this experience. And how has your perception of the pain changed? Did it remain the same? Did it increase its intensity? Or do you feel a sense of relief? Note your experience and then move on.
If this video was helpful for you, don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends.
Now, in closing, remember to practice these techniques regularly. They are designed to help you respond to stress more flexibly and to live in accordance with your values despite your challenges. Now, thank you, Ashley, for joining me today and helping me to wrap up this series. And thank you for joining me in this series. So keep practicing and continue to act on your values every day. This will strengthen your ability to handle stress and lead a more fulfilling life. Remember, your journey towards a more purposeful and mindful life begins with a single click.